say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly, but you never know what's going to happen. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Virginia Tech Hokies, taking on the 10th-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. And the Hokies will kick it away to start. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Give to the running back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. There he goes. The 20. And he eluded the defense, and they'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Man, these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
And that kick was perfectly down the middle. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Really nice looking pass there. I'll tell you, they ask you to do a lot at Virginia Tech when you're the quarterback. You're expected to make plays with your feet because of some of the greats that have come before you, but you've also got to be able to hurt defenses throwing it as well. The entire playbook is open and at your disposal, and this guy right now, he's showing you with his arm talent, he could carve up this defense.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Using his legs, it's Stewart. Steamrolls his way ahead. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
How about that play by the speed back? We hear about speed backs, and he's not the guy that runs in between the tackles. But let me tell you something. When you're trying to catch a guy like that and you're running full speed with everything you have, a lot of times you're just trying to get him to the ground.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Bust through behind his pad.
And what a play by the defender. He's on an island all by himself in cover 1 man coverage. Just him and the wide out, and he ends up winning, coming up with a big INT.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line. Ball marked at the 26. It's 1st and 10.
completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Quickly complete. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. The margin for error is so small in this conference. It's really imperative to get off to a good start in Big Ten play.
Especially, Reese, since you're adding so much talent now to this conference. But, yeah, year in and year out, you know the mainstays in this conference, but there's always some surprises, and I'll be interested to see how everybody starts off this season. Listen, this is your first opportunity, Palmer, in conference play, in a major conference, obviously in the Big Ten, to make your first statement.
And it's going to be taxing all season long for these players. Physically, obviously, and you expect that in the Big Ten Conference. But now adding all those West Coast teams, these guys are going to be flying back and forth across the country a lot this year. They have to get off to a fast start today. That's what makes this game so critical.
The Buckeyes headed quickly to the line. A run for the quarterback. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback now breaking the field. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage.
And it's not panic time yet for this offense, but last week was a really bad performance. This week, starting off a little bit slow. They got to find some form of rhythm. They got to find some way, get a few first downs, get some playmakers involved, because right now they just seem out of sync.
He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. The Hokies will try to move the sticks on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down and one that did not pay off. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Shoots it to the left. He's got it. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7.
Man, it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough.
Looking for the end zone. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He's out of bounds at his own 16-yard line, and he just couldn't find the corner on that return. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Gives it on the option. Picks his way ahead, pick up of 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
And this offense is searching, man. They're trying to find something. Last week they did nothing. They got nothing going. Looked really, really poor. This week it's starting a little sluggish. They got to find something they can hang their hat on and something they can build off of for this offense.
Dropping back, it's Watson. Snagged in the middle, it's Romero. Love to see these third down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. And the Hokies will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking for a gap, it's Mason.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Off the play fake. Under fire. Makes the grab. It's Stewart. Stop is made at the 44, but it's a 15-yard gain and a first down. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. They'll leave it with him. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Here's the pressure. He'll pull it down. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain.
This is a defense that's going to be aggressive, and they're not going to just sit back and rush 4 guys on that play. They're going to send the blitz. You're getting smaller, faster guys fighting fire with fire. You know this quarterback is athletic, but we've got fast guys too. And that time, that was a great play call defensively.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. You can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They've been nothing short of spectacular so far. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they'll try to make it 4 for 4. Grab behind the line. It's Roberts. Changing on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant. And
lots of room to run. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line.
And one of the things I love about this running back is his versatility. He's not just good running the football, but he can catch it as well, and he can make things happen with the ball in his hands. Nice job by the quarterback, getting through the progression, getting it out to his guy, and he does the rest, and that generates a huge play.
Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking for room. It's Peoples. On the move at the 30. Breaks into the open. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking downfield, it's Sayin. Got out of trouble and throws. Caught near the sticks, it's Miller. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
This offense has become a first down machine, and that is so demoralizing for the defense, especially for those star players that are playing tons of snaps. They're not subbing out as much. By the 4th quarter, they're going to be gassed.
The option look. Hey, so. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Well, this thing's turning into a rout, and it's turning into a rout quickly. Really nice job by the offense there, but it's not just them. Their defense is getting it done. Their special teams are getting it done, and it just feels like they're really feeding off of this home crowd and their energy. This has been the definition of home field advantage in this football.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A pair of top 15 teams throwing haymakers today. Let's show you the very latest. Notre Dame has the lead currently, but it hasn't come easy for the Golden Domers. They're in a tight one right now. They're up by 7 over Nebraska. For now, it's back to you, fellas. But, of course, if anything changes from Big 12 country, you'll hear about it here.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. He'll start this drive firing, extending the play. He's going to run it. Corralled and brought down by the defense.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Back to pass, it's Watson. Oh, they're after him. He'll pull it down and run. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Catch in the middle, it's Romero. Still running at the 40. There he goes. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Hokies.
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going into the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this second half we can keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he's going to bring it out. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. They'll move the wide receiver. Snags it quickly on the left. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Who says in the RPO pass game you can't throw anything vertically downfield, right? Doesn't all have to be screens and throws in the line of scrimmage. There's a good example of a quarterback pushing the ball vertically downfield after the play fake to the running back.
Off-play action on first down. Fires to the right. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
Zone coverage that time, and the cornerback, a nice job with his eyes. He's watching the quarterback. He sees the ball thrown, so he knows exactly when to break on it. He's able to break it up for an incompletion.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Might be changing the route. To the air. It's Sayin. It's complete to the right. Turning it on. Smashes through the tackle. Crosses the 35. Out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play. Spotted at the 32. And the Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking downfield on first down. He's got it. That's where they'll mark him down, but what a play there to pick up a first down. The Buckeyes have taken it inside the 20. Gonna look downfield again. Tight end finds a soft spot. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
This is a tight end that not only is going to play with his hand in the ground, but he can line up in the slot as well and attack the defense vertically. He's too fast for linebackers to cover, and he's too big for DBs to cover. He's a real weapon in this offense.
They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but, man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. This quarterback part of their running game. Touchdown, Ohio State! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead, and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
He'll bring it out. It's Williams. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Defense in press coverage. From the gun, the running back has it. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. From the gun, running back gets to give. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. From inside his own 5. He's able to work his way across the 25 to the 26 before going out of bounds. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it. I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Pressure coming. Takes a hit as he fires. That's caught. It's Cox. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give to the tailback. Creates a little room. Got the first down. Looking for more. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job by the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes corner.
Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Well, right away after picking up a first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. This will be the 7th play of the drive, and they need to convert 3rd and 6. Looking to pass. It's Watson. He's got it on the move. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. A great catch and run for 6.
And there's so many targets to focus on and so many elite playmakers, and they just lost him. They lost the running back out of the backfield. He catches the football, does the rest, takes it into the end zone. What a nice weapon to have on your team.
And he made the extra point without problem. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's House. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Wide receiver comes in motion. On the run, it's Peoples. Fighting off the defender. Followed that blocking and got 5 out to the 26.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not second and long. It's not third and long. Now it's the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. So the final period starts with a second down play. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Stopped at the 42, but he got 15 yards on the play.
And I think that's what you want to see from this offense down the stretch. Like, can you physically dominate the game? You've got the lead. Now run the football, eat clock, continue to feed your dude.
To the ground with the back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long. This one from the 44. Wants to throw. It's Sayin. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And it's caught inside the 25.
And they've been fun to watch today, man. Like, they're staying aggressive late in the game. They've built a cushion. They've built a lead. But you can just tell the confidence and the swagger they have. They've been able to do what they want today, take care of business. And this is an offense that I think is going to continue to grow.
They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. The Buckeyes looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Trying to run, it's Peoples. Defense there to stop him after he picked up a yard. Ball's at the 17.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
He might want another play. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. It's complete on the right side. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And now the lead is even bigger. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. Fielded in the end zone, it's Heath. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. He leaves it with his back. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 16.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time, but you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up
looking to throw. It's Watson. Here comes the heat. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the court and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Going right to work up top. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Quarterback making adjustments. Second down, they'll go to the air. He's going for it all. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
They stop him before he can get to the first down marker, but he does cross the 50 and now to be fourth down.
And this offense continuing to spin the football, man, continuing to add to a great day. They've built this big lead. They've shown you a variety that they can do a lot of really, really good things. And I like it, man. Continue to throw the football. Continue to be who you are. It's the defense's job to stop you.
A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Lets it fly. He's got it in more than enough for a first down. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack. They are in no mood to show any mercy as they keep flexing their muscle on offense.
Up big in the fourth quarter, and you just keep taking shots down the field. That tells you something, okay? You can take what you want from it, but this offense definitely not interested in running clock, interested in making a point.
He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
Man, that's the advantage of having a good coaching staff that teach these players in this type of situation with the lead late in the game. You want to stay in the field of play and keep the clock ticking. They do that after that nice run.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll run it from the gun. Plows through the defense. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. Now this team has consecutive wins, and when you